What's up, everyone? It's Thomas C., the bassist of Properties of Nature, and today's host for the podcast.
Hey guys, it's your boy Josh Oshkosh Bagosh in the mosh pit
Let's
doing
go.
stuff, and we're not actually in the mosh pit. We're in the stew with Dryw.
In the stew with
Tell us what you do, Mister Magoo.
I I'm Dryw, and I help people make music, and I make music. I music is what
That's
I
a good
do.
podcast. Okay, let's
So.
let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
Got any shout outs? You got anything you want to know? Can you imagine? That's the whole episode. That'd be a fucking mind fuck.
Let me see.
Let me open my
How's your
list.
day been, Dryw?
It's been good. When I'm not doing music, I'm a dad and a husband. So my kids were with their grandparents yesterday evening, which was a very rare opportunity for my wife and I to do a little bit of shopping and have some fun. And I got my kids back this morning, and
Nice.
my son and I got a haircut, and because we got to look nice because my wife is graduating from law school next
fancy.
week.
Congrats.
Yeah, so
That's sick.
yeah, so we're my son and I are just chilling in the stew right now. He's playing Breath of the Wild, which you'll hear for sure in the background. And my wife Catherine, who you both met, is gonna come in and grab him at some point.
Wait, so what is she going to that law school for? Like, what's she wanting to do?
To be a lawyer.
Like, what kind though? Like, any specific kind of lawyer?
That's a good question. Yes, I think when she set out, so her job right now is she works for our county's Department of Child Support. So she
that's cool.
kind of like helps broker and enforce agreements between parties in child support agreements, which is sort of a part of family law. So she was kind of thinking she would stay true to that, but I don't know at this point. I think that she's interested in some other stuff too, and the law is a really big, broad area of study and profession. And so, like my dad's a lawyer. He's a corporate intellectual property lawyer, and her brother is a lawyer too. And I don't exactly know what his area of practice is. Yeah. So there's just a ton that you can do with it. I mean, law goes down to the the fundamentals of society and how we function in government. So there's just a ton. It's pretty cool. It's been neat to kind of go through it with her and just learn a little bit of what she's learning. And
yeah, I feel like she was definitely in law school when we were down there. So
she had probably just started.
Yeah.
She was in that year
so
one.
Long.
It has been.
Congrats to her. That's awesome.
When are we gonna hang out again?
Next time I'm in Utah, or next time you are in Northern California, I think we should make it happen.
So if we show up just at your door randomly, completely unannounced, you're gonna let us in, right?
Yeah, of course. I wouldn't turn you away at the door.
Oh,
now,
hell yeah. That'd be really fucking weird, though.
I might not be able to, like, hang out right away, but
it's okay. We'll just stay for a couple weeks. It might turn into a couple months. We'll just kind of eat out of your fridge.
Yeah.
Right.
Sleep on the couch. No.
I would do the best that I could. Yeah, a lot of...
Oh, you're such a kind dude.
I would try to figure out how to hang, but yes, I would have to make it work with whatever else was happening.
If we ever do come down your way, we'll hit you up and see if you got free time, because that would be really cool to see you.
Yeah.
When's Moxy the Band coming through close to us?
Ooh, yeah.
That's a good question, and I think the answer is very soon. I'm not sure what I can talk about right now.
Okay, that's fair.
I can't
totally
say
fair.
anything that isn't public, at least on the record. I'd be happy to tell you
post
guys
spoilers.
off the mic. But
For sure.
yeah, there are definitely some plans for touring coming up, and
Sick.
yeah, we've been super blessed to have some opportunities. So yeah, hopefully the answer to that is sooner rather than later.
Okay, well,
Nice.
definitely hit us up because we might miss the posts about it. Probably not, but it's very possible we might.
We'll just ask Dryw off the air.
We'll ask you off the air. But if
Yeah.
you guys come by Vegas, that is very doable for me.
Vegas or Salt Lake?
Salt Lake is more doable for Thomas.
How
but
far
Vegas
away
doable for me.
is Vegas from you? Wait,
It's
are
2
you
hours from me?
Okay. Are you in Utah right now, Josh?
Yeah.
Or okay.
But I'm in like the bottom left corner. Like I could walk out of the state.
Yeah, I have to admit that my sort of central United States geography gets a little bit sketchy in areas. So, but yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
It's like I would have to drive quite a bit to get to. Well, not that much. I just have to drive like 2.5 hours to get to Nevada from here. But yeah, it's like in other parts of the country, you don't have to drive that far to enter another state.
Yeah, everywhere is like 3 to 5 hours just to get
Totally.
like, across an entire state. All the states on the East Coast are tiny.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
I've actually never been I've been to Disney World, but I don't think that counts as the East Coast. But yeah, I would love to. That's what I'm looking forward to with being on a tour is getting to the East Coast, because even when I was younger and doing tours with my old band, I didn't actually make it to the East Coast.
Yeah, that's something I have in common, because I know nothing about the East Coast, but when me and Josh were going to the recording studio in Kentucky, we stopped in, what was it, New Jersey or whatever, for a layover.
Oh yeah.
That was the only like East Coast city.
Anytime I think of me too. Anytime I think of that, I just think of that one time everybody was leaving the area, and I was like, "Hey, I'm walking in. Hey, I'm walking in." Everybody started getting out of the way. It's so funny.
It's really
It's so fucking funny, dude.
I'm looking forward to making it over there. It's culturally pretty different from what I understand. I've had some friends and some people that I've worked with, musicians, come from the East Coast. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what it's all about.
Okay, I'm hyped. Are you guys through Moxy? Are you guys completely like DIY?
Yes. I mean, as far as like we manage ourselves, like we don't have a label. We are working with booking, but that's the only thing at this point. And yeah, as far as the just kind of executive part of Moxy, I got to give credit to Michael Franzino, who really, like, as far as like the management part of it, and just like running all the logistical day-to-day stuff, he really does a whole lot in that regard. And yeah, creatively we're totally a partnership, but yeah, he totally makes it happen with all the administrative and all that,
for sure. Yeah,
it's hard, man.
He's been around the block.
He has,
as far as that stuff goes. So
totally. So yeah,
That's cool.
He's definitely the best qualified out of any of us to handle that. But yeah, I mean, we only started working with booking recently, and so other than that, I would say we've been totally DIY, and yeah, it's quite a grind,
Oh, for sure.
It gives me new sympathy for all the artists that I work with.
It's sick to see how much progress you guys have made, though, because
it's exciting for sure.
Because
I love watching you guys.
I remember when you guys released new Aro stuff.
Yeah.
And I loved that. I don't know why that didn't do better. It just didn't hit the algorithms.
It's
Moxy did.
Yeah, it's complicated. Moxy has definitely been more of a promotional effort. Like there's been a lot more time and money that has gone into sort of the creation of content and you know all the stuff that you have to do to get people to listen to your music, which is incredibly difficult. Just
Yeah.
because the platforms that we use, like Meta
They're
and
always
TikTok,
changing.
and they're not
Yeah.
particularly friendly to music. And
Didn't TikTok ban you from running ads on that
it was
on that
Oh,
Meta.
that was
video
face.
because you were
That was Facebook,
you were doing this or something, or you were dry humping the air or something?
We don't actually know
You
why.
kept
So
taking
this
your
is
glasses off. I saw that, like, I'm sorry, and you kept taking your glasses off for
right.
the video.
Yeah,
That shit was so fucking
I made
funny.
a public apology. But yeah, it was a ridiculous situation. Like, social media is the powers that be in social media. I mean, it's a bit of a dictatorship. They have their community guidelines, but they don't tell you what you did wrong, really. If they decide that
Yeah.
they don't want your video on there, they keep it really vague.
Yeah.
And they might point to like a couple policies, but they won't actually tell you like what your specific infractions are. So we really didn't know. And I think that what it actually probably was that we had a cigarette in the video. And
Mm.
I think that's what got it flagged. But yeah, we had a hell of a time like getting our ad account back and being able to run ads again. It was
Oh,
Oh,
dang.
so it was more than just
Oh
the,
my
like, the
gosh.
ad account got shut down. I thought you guys just weren't allowed to run ads on that one video.
oh no, our ad account got shut down. Like it was
Oh, so they screwed you.
It was a panic attack, dude. We got it back, but like we had to do some crazy stuff. Like we had to like reach out to a friend's manager who had a Meta contact and get it lifted that way. Because
Oh, wow.
we tried to
Damn.
appeal, and it's like when you talk to somebody on the platform, it feels like they're not actually listening to you. Like on email, it
Yeah.
feels like you're talking to AI, or they're plugging your responses into a response generator. Like
I think
it
what
feels
it
like
is,
talking to
it's probably like
ChatGPT.
it's probably a third party company that hires these
Yeah.
people and they have scripts.
Yeah. So yeah, they
Well,
did
like-
say like you're permanently like our decision is final. You can never have your ad account back, and
Whoa.
that's when we had to really start trying to hit up people that we thought might know somebody, and sure enough, we finally did reach somebody. But it was
Dang.
incredibly difficult. Yeah.
You guys kind of made more light of the situation on your social medias, but
Yeah, I didn't know it
guess
was
that's
that
good.
bad.
It was
It's better
actually
than throwing a tantrum.
Yeah,
For
no,
sure.
we had fun with it and kind of used it as an excuse to create more content, because you always need an
Mhm.
excuse as an artist to create more content. Something that
Yeah.
hopefully people will find funny or will relate to in some way. But yeah, I mean, we were internally we were kind of panicking, because I mean, if you lose your Meta ad account as a musical artist, or
You
just as
can't,
any business,
you can't
I mean,
market at all
you
anymore.
can't do anything, because it's a monopoly.
I mean,
it's a tough
the one
game out
thing
there.
that you could have done, the only way you could have fixed that was making a second ad account under another channel, or another email, and then you could have technically still ran ads through the page, unless they banned your page entirely. from
So
running ads.
yeah, so what you would have to do with that, if I understand correctly, is you would have to do like a collaborative post.
Yeah.
And the problem with that is if you collaborate with somebody who has fewer followers, if you were starting with a brand new account, that actually cripples your reach. So you actually have to be careful with your social media collaborations if you want it to reach the widest audience. Because like even like what happens is when Moxy runs an ad, sometimes Michael will tell me to wait to accept the collaboration, because it actually reaches more people, because the Moxy account, Amber and Michael's account, have more followers. And so by joining on, it somehow reduces the reach, because I don't have as many followers. So it's such a game. Like, and the way the algorithms work are it's pretty mysterious. And yeah, Michael has figured out a lot of stuff about this, and I've been kind of just like learning from the experience. But yeah, it's a wild game out there with social media.
So like by collaborations you just mean like making a post and like tagging it with Michael Franzino?
Right,
Or
like,
is it a little more involved than that?
no, you
What you're
you
talking
got
about?
it. It's like you tag somebody, and then they have the opportunity to have it be
Accept the
coming from
tag.
their uh, what do you call it, their feed as well. I lose
Mm-hmm.
track of the terms, but yeah, that it's just a simple collaboration.
I
Like,
didn't know about that. That's interesting.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
something we haven't done. Our personal social medias are not
Yeah.
really existent.
Yeah. I
yeah.
don't even post
I
on
generally
Facebook
really dislike social media, and I really try to limit what how much time I spend on it. And
for sure.
you know, people, it's all about social media for musical artists, and I begrudgingly do it, but
Yeah.
it's not something that I feel is really life-giving to me. So I'm pretty guarded with how much time I spend, how much I put on there, how much I look at it. But I definitely do go on
Absolutely.
there and try to show people that I love them and that I care about what they're doing
Yeah.
and all that stuff, you know.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Um. So as far as being a producer goes, like, have you worked with any like cool bands lately that you're excited about or that you can talk about?
Totally, yeah. There are some things on the horizon that I'm not totally sure I'm at liberty to mention right now, but I am working right now on a record with an artist called New Shampoo. His name's Matt
Okay.
Reeby, and he is awesome. He's like a great singer
New
songwriter,
shampoo.
and he was in a band called Elk Grove a while
Oh,
back.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
He that was Josh. He had a connection to
that's
Elk
right. Yeah,
Grove, right?
Josh Unit. Yeah, who's also a he's a great producer, good friend,
Yeah.
and yeah, he had produced the Elk Grove stuff. So, and I had always I had mastered some of their stuff and always liked it, and so yeah, when Matt hit me up, I was really excited for the opportunity, and so yeah, we're working on a batch of songs, and yeah, I'm excited to. We're in the thick of it. We just worked together for 2 weeks, and then he's taking some time back at home. I think he's from Southern California, like Ventura, and he's going to be back here again in a couple weeks, and we're gonna finish up some stuff. But yeah, we've
Nice.
been in Guitar City, man. Just guitar tones and
Heck
Okay.
yeah.
yeah, it's been super cool.
What kind of genre is it?
Um, I would say I'll probably answer that with like a for fans of kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's always tough because they're like my influences who I hear, but
Mm-hmm.
sometimes like I'm a little bit old now. So it's like the influences that I spit out, like Further Seems Forever and As Cities Burn and whatnot, don't necessarily translate to the people I work with who are a bit younger. But yeah, like
For
American
sure.
football, I would say
Oh, okay.
So it's like noodly
It's like
is
guitar
one.
math
riffs.
rock.
Well, no, not necessarily. Like a lot of kind of arpeggiated guitar picking and singing. Like it does have sort of a like a Midwest emo thing, I guess you would say to it. Um, but
Okay.
yeah, it's different.
They
It's
got
really cool.
like the major seven chords all over the place.
Geez, probably more minor sevens than major sevens.
Minor seven chords.
At least in this album that I'm working on. But
Nice.
Sad album.
oh yes, sad.
Very
Yeah.
sad.
Oh, it's so
Okay.
hard to write music when you're happy.
That's what I run into all the time. I'm just like, man, I'm in way too good of a mood
Oh
to
yeah.
write music
No,
right now.
I'm a sad boy. Like I get into sad music. I have difficulty writing something that sounds too I don't know, happy or triumphant or whatever.
I
And
will say, that one song you wrote, "Better Life."
yeah.
I
It was
I
that
love that
last
song. That's
Noiro
one of
one,
my
wasn't it?
like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's like one of my happy mood
You know
songs.
what?
Like, not gonna lie.
It does feel happy, but when I shared the lyrics with my wife Catherine, she was like, "Oh, this is kind of sad." And so it's deceptive because yeah, it does kind of have that upbeat quality, and I think the lyrics are happy, but there is a little bit of sadness in it because yeah,
Yeah,
that song is kind of about wanting your kids. It's a dad song. It's about wanting your kids to
yeah,
surpass you in life, and it's sort of about the idea that that you're not always going to be around to sort of guide them through life, but that you know, whatever it is that they find life and joy in, that's what you want for them. And so yeah, it is totally happy, but I
yeah.
figure out a way to get some sad boy moments in there.
Maybe we wallow so much in sadness that like even what we think is happy, other people are just like, "Man, that's kind of sad." And you're just like, "What?"
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
totally. It's like happy for us is still kind of net sad for
Yeah.
somebody else. But yeah, yeah, I think that the one of the reasons for that probably is that like music, to quote Rick Rubin, is a form of therapy for the person making it and the listener at the same time. So when you engage in that form of therapy, it's usually because you're trying to process something that's difficult, and
Hmm.
that's certainly been my approach to music, and other people that I know too. And yeah, some people are just writing party, happy, fun time music, and there's nothing wrong with that either. I
Yeah.
mean, that's totally valid. It's art,
Yeah.
and yeah,
I
whatever
wish I could
inspires.
write party happy fun time music because I don't know. Every time I sit down to try to do something like that, it always just turns into sad boy hours again.
Right. Well,
So
that's what comes out, and that's
yeah,
kind of what you got to go with. That's what you got. Um,
yeah, that's yeah, yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Um, what are some like I guess like your favorite artists that you've worked with over the years?
It's like asking me to pick my favorite child.
It's
I can
us.
I can definitely.
It's
Yeah, I
us
had a
for
great
sure. It
time
Yeah.
working
has to
with you
be us.
guys. Yeah, it was. I'll just
Sleeping in
say.
your studio on the floor.
Yeah, right.
Have
Yeah,
you had any other bands do that? Just like
I
sleep on a blow
have.
mattress.
So I have the trailer, and I think you guys did stay in the trailer at one point. There may
If we
have been a
utilize
gap
Wait, you
the
in the
still
trailer.
have
trailer.
it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I thought you got rid of it. I thought like
So
you
y-
didn't own it.
right, so there was that time when you guys were here the first time. I had a trailer that was kind of on permalone, but then
Yeah.
the owner did end up needing it back, so I had to get in the market for a trailer, and I found a great deal and got one.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so you
So
actually
that
do
was
have
a
a
long
place
time
to
ago.
stay.
Oh
I
yeah,
thought I just like assumed you just didn't have a place for people to stay
no, I do. Yeah,
anymore. But I guess
that's
it's
a
been like
must.
4 years now.
Yeah, no, I got it pretty soon after, like it was very soon after that other trailer. So you guys must have just been in like a weird gap where I didn't have something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have had people crash on the couch here when in a pinch, but usually it's not necessary. The trailer ends up being fine and low cost
Yeah.
option um, for
Yeah,
people
I loved
that end
that
up
you
needing to
had that.
stay.
Shit. I interrupted you. Who pick your favorite child?
Oh no, I can't. I totally can't.
Nah.
But I can say this, like saying that, yeah, it was great working with you guys, and you guys were a great hang. Like that's really where
Oh,
it's at. Like
nice.
obviously, I'm trying to create with people the best art that I can possibly help them realize. But really, it's kind of about the friends you meet along the way, right?
Yeah.
It
You gotta
totally
Yeah, for
need
is
sure.
about that though, and I am
Hmm.
working. I'm doing the best art that I can when I feel a personal connection with the people that I'm working with, and
Yeah.
so yeah, anytime that I build like a really solid connection with people, I feel like I'm doing my best work, and that I'm the freest to put ideas out there, and there's a more fluid creative conversation happening that kind of flows out of just people loving and caring about each other. um, so yeah, those are my favorite projects. And one band that comes to mind that just became awesome friends are a band called Stablemate that has kind of been periodically putting out singles that we worked on over the past couple of years, and they're great. So yeah, if you haven't checked them out, check out Stablemate. But yeah, I mean, just so many. I've had the privilege of working with a lot of artists, and
Yeah.
getting to know them as people and becoming friends. So
You're recording Dwellings now, right?
no, I did a single with them a while ago, like maybe a few years ago, that Pick Up Before You Go. But
yeah, you just did that one?
Yeah, that's the only thing that I've recorded from Dwellings. But Isaac is a homie, and whenever I'm not going to say whenever he needs a guest spot, I record it, because I don't know that. But we have worked together on a lot of his guest features for other artists. So yeah, love that guy, and gotten the
I know we
opportunity
send him
to
your
work
way
with
every
him.
time.
Yeah, he's super cool. So yeah, I mean, I would love to do something with them.
Me and Josh have a side project with Isaac now. I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, fuck me.
Is it
Hey,
a real side project?
No. We could make one song. What the fuck was it called?
It was something about ballsack.
It wasn't
like-
about ballsack.
Yes, it was, because we
clip art ballsack.
yeah.
Clip art ballsack.
Yeah. We had him on the podcast last time we interviewed somebody.
And you guys
for
decided
some
to
reason
go with,
it just happened in the discussion. It was Clip Art Ballsack was the band name. I don't remember what the song name was, but
so watch out for that. Me, Josh, Isaac Wilson, and Dryw Owens all are.
Yeah, we're
Clip
Dryw.
Art Ballsack.
You're in the band now.
Roped into the band.
Well, you're stuck. Hey, if I write a song for Clip Art Ballsack and it's fire, and Isaac sings on it, will you join in? Are you part of Clip Art Ballsack now?
I'll figure out a way to get involved.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, I think Phoebe Bridgers said her best ideas started out as jokes. I don't know if I'm quoting her correctly. Somebody told me that, so it's kind of hearsay. But I think that tends to be really true, actually. A lot of good ideas start out as jokes, because that's
for sure.
That's when you can be bold and take risks.
There's that one band that they did like or the MGMT, I think was the band name. Like they blew the fuck up, and their whole concept was based on a joke. Like they were just let's make the most normal indie pop music we can make. Let's just make the absolute most generic shit.
Is that
and
really?
And then they blew the fuck up. Yeah, that's what they were doing when they wrote it.
That doesn't feel
like they were like, let's just make some generic shit, and then they made some bangers and blew the fuck up.
That's wild. I liked Electric Feel, like a lot of people. I thought that was a cool song.
Yeah, their music is great.
Honestly, they have their own unique sound, so I don't know how well they executed making the most.
I do not
ever,
know if they executed it very well, but their shit is catchy as hell.
Yeah. I like what I've heard. I haven't done like the deep dive into their discography, but I really liked Electric Feel, and I've had people reference MGMT to me, and so yeah, they have my respect.
At least I think it's MGMT. I could be wrong. I'm like 99% sure. And I heard that from God knows who. Somebody said it to me one time, or I heard it on a video.
Yeah.
But to my knowledge, that's a real thing. It's real. You heard it. You heard it here first on the podcast.
All right, Drew. I have an illegal question for you.
An illegal question? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now I'm very curious.
What's the last thing you ever stolen?
The last thing I ever stole?
The last thing you ever stole.
It was my heart. He stole my heart.
The hearts of the people.
How could you do it, Drew?
I don't know what the answer to that is. So I'm not going to say that I've never stolen anything.
You're just like, man, I
will say this. I will say this.
Last week,
I did once use a cracked copy of Reason when I was a lot younger, and I felt bad about it, and I ended up buying it. But yeah, I'm not a proponent of cracking plugins. I'm very against that, and
well, yeah, you guys
support
have
the
your
people
own
that make great tools. But
Yeah.
I did do that once, so I'll incriminate myself and answer your question honestly, and say that
we got him.
yeah, I think I was 19, and yeah, so
Dang,
that's the answer to your question. But yeah, I certainly don't recommend that or do that now.
You did remind me though. You guys have your own VST for Moxy, right?
So it's actually not a plugin, but it is a sample pack. So
gotcha.
we got a lot of sort of unique sounds that we sampled and recorded ourselves. We sampled a few instruments when we were recording. We did a lot of pretty interesting things. Like we in the middle of the night, we went out to a parking garage, 2 parking garages actually, to record a marching snare. So we ended up sampling that, and we actually got kicked out of the first parking garage. It was near the mall, and then we found one that was unattended. So we got a cool parking garage reverb, and a real one. And so we did that. We went to the Vintage Synth Museum, which was in Oakland at the time. I think it's since moved to LA, and we recorded some old synthesizers.
So you just went into the museum and recorded those sounds?
Yeah.
Do they just let you use the synths there?
Yeah, well, you have to pay. You have to book it, but it's
gotcha.
I brought like a mini studio setup with me. I actually brought my monitors, and I brought some preamps that I really liked, and my Prism Titan conversion, and
that's sick.
Yeah, we recorded in some synths. We got a really good player. His name's Andy, and he plays with an artist I love, Noah Gunderson. So he played a lot of keys on our album. So
did you just improv?
There's some snips from that.
Improvise stuff in the museum?
No, definitely not. The Moxy album is the opposite of improvisation. It was
the
planned
pack,
in excess.
I'm talking about the sample pack, though. Did you use samples from the album?
Well, what we did is we didn't originally set out to record a sample pack. We were using these sounds on our album, but we ended up taking those sounds and thinking, hey, this actually is very usable for other people's music, and even like I use our own sample pack on the productions that I make for special impacts or cool little moments where you need transitions or samples. I mean, we have a drum kit sampled on there, lots of electronic drums. Michael had actually purchased an original Roland TR-808, and so I'm going to actually do more with those samples, but I have a chain that I use to record something in a way that's really clean and can be processed with other equipment or plugins later on. So it's a really, really good neutral starting point. And I sampled the 808 through that with a bunch of different tuning and decay settings. And
cool.
So yeah, there's a lot on there. And the way that I did is I kind of break it down per song if you download it, and you can get different moments from different songs that we used. So yeah.
Would you ever consider like making a VST of like your specific effects chain that you came up with, or
Totally, yeah.
maybe?
If I thought people would use it or cared about it,
I'd use it. I
yeah,
think your
I
stuff sounds
definitely
great.
would. Yeah, I would have to I'd have to find somebody that was proficient in C++ or whatever people are using to code
Yeah,
plugins.
I don't even know.
I think a
About
lot of
none
it
of
is
that.
C++, and I'm I don't really know anything about coding. I just do like little auto hotkey scripts for making things go fast in Pro Tools.
Yeah,
But I totally would, and there are a lot of things that I think are unique as far as processing that I do, and yeah, someday hopefully I get to share that with
for
people
sure.
in a way that helps them.
That'd be super sick.
It's
I
it's cool. It's crazy though because I think the plugin market is super saturated. Like there's a lot
Oh, is it?
out there. Oh yeah, there are so many developers making plugins, but
Well, especially in the last like 5 years,
Man,
um,
I feel like
it's
I can
been
never
going up.
find what I'm looking for as far as plugins go. Maybe I'm
yeah.
just not good at finding it.
There's a lot, dude.
What are you looking for? I would love to help you out. You just hit me up if
We're
you
gonna
need
Yeah.
hit you
something.
up after
Probably
this. You
point you in
should
the
give
right
us a list
direction.
of
When
give
I
us a
when
list
I
of stuff.
freaking when I start school, I might be bugging you a little too much about stuff, not gonna lie. But
You won't be bugging me. I love talking about this stuff.
I'm gonna start bugging you, Drew.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, I love turning people on to cool stuff.
Hell
straight
yeah.
bugging.
I've thought
Straight
about
bugging.
making videos about, doing that kind of stuff and working with the tools and technique
That
and all that stuff, but that's also a
dude,
saturated thing.
that would be a good way to market yourself for posts as you as an individual for social media as far as that goes. If you did like
Yeah,
a YouTube channel for audio stuff,
I've thought about
Yeah,
it. Yeah. Right now
I
I'm
would
pretty
watch your
busy.
audio
yeah,
tutorials
for sure.
if you had the time for that.
Yeah,
That would
yeah.
be that would be sick. But that is a whole ass fucking thing on its own. So
Yeah,
I think
it's
that's a job.
I work on a lot of music right now, but I've thought about
Yeah, for
sort of
sure.
carving out some time and doing that because I just like talking about the theory of it all, and I like
Yeah.
connecting with people and
I
like
mean, yeah, just
teaching.
like yeah, that's just all fun and awesome. And like when you're doing production work for people, you could even just turn on the camera while you're doing it and just be like, this is what I'm doing for this person right now. I don't know.
Totally, yeah. If they're cool with it, I would do it. Yeah, I got to get a little setup in here and
I
do
I
that.
will say Properties in Nature does have one like single that we like have basically reserved for you. We're just like we want to record this at Drew's.
Yeah.
Nice.
So maybe if we
I'm ready, dude. Bring
do
it.
get to do that soon, then you can do a video with that.
Yeah. Hey, that's a cool idea. Yeah, maybe we could figure out a way to make that happen.
Hey
That
Drewby,
would be cool.
Yeah.
how what would be the odds? I don't know if you do this. Do you have bands come in and actually like write the album in studio with you? Like as a producer? Or
Like
do you
from the
do you co-write
ground
with
up.
bands?
Yeah, I definitely
Yeah.
do. Usually it starts with something like usually it starts with like an instrument and a vocal and some kind of skeleton of a song. But yeah, I do that with people for sure. Yeah, that's
Because I feel like that would be a really cool thing, but like we'd have to book like a whole ass month or some shit.
that's
Like
the
that would
thing
be a
about it is
big ass process.
yeah, a lot of times you don't know how long something like that is going to take. But yeah, it's actually cool to just say like, okay, I got this idea and I've got like a week or something like that, and let's make something happen within that time frame. And sometimes having that fire under you
Hmm.
can cause you to create something really cool. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, having
So that's
parameters
something I think
and
would be really
limitations
fun.
is great for creativity. So
Oh yeah,
making like a
always.
limit, that's always good. I'm a big fan of limits on things, and
Yeah.
not having a ton of options when you create. I think that's one of the biggest problems for creators now, is that you deal with decision making paralysis, because you have too many options.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I have a question. Did you get our Christmas card that we sent you like a while ago? Is maybe a few years back.
Was it the one with me and Peter on it? And
Yeah.
it's on my
It
fridge
was.
at home.
I think it had
It's
like
still on your
Elmo.
fridge?
Yeah,
It had
yeah,
Elmo getting like
Dude.
blasted by you with like
yeah.
a laser
My
eyes or
kids,
something.
my kids would often pass by the fridge and look at it and say, "What is going on here?"
Dude, that's sick.
Can you take a phone picture of that and send that to us for us to post on social media?
Yeah,
I'm
of
actually
I
that
don't think we
picture.
have it anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's on my fridge. I'll definitely take a picture.
Oh my
dude,
gosh,
that
that's so
warms
funny.
my
You can
heart
see that
actually.
it's in a place of honor in the Owens
It's
house.
in a place of love. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Dude,
Uh,
I still have I have those quarters and like I had some coins I squished on the train tracks near your house, dude.
I
They're in here
remember, yeah, you
somewhere.
guys did that. Yeah,
they're in
those
my
trains.
drawer. I'm not gonna sift through the whole drawer looking for them, but I know they're in here.
yeah.
Next time we come back, we gotta go put some quarters under the train track and get some of those wild grapes growing through the fence right next to the train
Right,
track.
right,
Sure,
yeah,
yeah.
that's all still happening. I
You remember those
Yeah.
wild grapes?
Totally,
Those were
yeah.
fucking amazing.
Yeah, you're the only you guys are the only artists that ever found out about the wild grapes and squished coins on the tracks.
That's because
Yeah.
we steal a lot, which is why I asked you what the last thing that you stole is. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we steal things. Dryw, you may not have noticed, but I stole a lot of things from your studio. I saw this piece of lint on the floor, grabbed that up,
Oh
put it in my
yeah.
pocket. I didn't actually steal anything from you, dude. I don't steal stuff.
Yeah, that's probably all you'd be able to get away with before I'd noticed. Although I would
You'd
be
probably
very
notice.
slow to it would be very difficult for me to put that together. I'd be like, "No way.
You're
Not
just like,
Josh."
She's like, he wouldn't. He said he wouldn't. He said he.
You're just like, huh? I haven't seen Peter in a few weeks. Wonder where he is.
Yo, how is Peter?
Peter's doing pretty well. He's getting older. He's actually in here right now. He's on the couch.
Peter Dieter.
If you can see him. Can you see him back
Hey,
there?
little guy. Yeah, I see him.
He's curled
He's
up.
sleeping.
Napping.
Yeah, he's getting a little bit older. He gets a sore neck sometimes.
Aw.
Yeah, but he's doing pretty well. He's still got some pep, and he runs around and loses his mind around other animals. So yeah,
Does he still enjoy all the people coming in and recording with you?
totally. Yeah, it's really funny. I think dogs are just this way, and Peter's definitely this way. But there are some people that he just really doesn't like. Like
Oh,
he
yeah.
smells something about them, like maybe like he smells a cat or another dog or animal on him, and he just
Or
will
Axe body
single
spray.
out some people and just be like, "Nope, I don't like you." And but he
Weird.
normally is a lover. Like he loves people, and he likes people hanging out on the couch and getting pet. So yeah, I think the studio dog is really like, I think that's the life as a dog, just having people come in and love you and pet you all the time, and just
For sure.
be able to be at home all the time, not be alone that often. And that's another benefit of having a studio at home, is that
Lots
you
of
get to be with
attention.
your dog all the time.
Frick yeah.
Yeah.
How do you like your new modified
yeah.
studio since
Right.
you got it
Dude.
finished?
Yeah, I was still working on it while you guys were here. I mean, it's a dream. It's just being able to cross my backyard and walk into like a purpose-built sound recording facility is pretty amazing. And yeah, I just love how it sounds in here. It's super comfortable. Um, it's just, all the comforts of home. And
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
thank you. Yeah, it took a long time, and I also gotta give credit to my boy Michael from Moxy for he really kind of brought the studio to the finish line, especially the live room. That I was kind of stuck because Catherine was in law school, father of two, and also just working on music all the time, and so I was kind of getting into
Yeah,
a rut with the studio build, and he came along and sort of to help me out for working hard on the Moxy record, which took a very long time. He decided to
Oh,
take
so
the
the
studio
Moxy
build on
record was
himself.
the Moxy record was already in the works at that point.
Oh yeah, the Moxy record was happening concurrently with the studio build. Like it's yeah, those two things were kind of being built at the same time. It was quite a chapter of
Okay,
life.
damn. Yeah, dude, I didn't know how long y'all were working on that.
Oh yeah, we were working on that album in some way, shape, or form for like 3 or 4 years. It was a long time, and
You got new stuff in the works too, though?
uh, I think on an individual basis, each of us kind of have some ideas in the bank. That,
Okay.
nice.
but yeah, right now it's like we're working so much on all the like the content and stuff like that, and just planning
Yeah,
like our moves as a band now that we haven't really been able to focus on writing new music. Um,
for sure.
but yeah, we do have to get on that soon. It's an impossible grind as an artist, as a young indie artist who's really trying
Absolutely.
to do stuff. It's like you get just
Yeah.
like writing the record was incredibly difficult and took a very long time. But I I would say that all the promotion and all that stuff afterwards is like just as hard. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, it's incredibly difficult.
absolutely.
Yeah,
It's a
like
lot of work.
we've been doing these
Well, and it
live in the
takes
studio sessions, and so I've been having to go through and like mix all that stuff. So yeah, and creating short form content for like TikTok and whatnot. It's a ton of work. So
takes an incredible amount of discipline to make yourself do that stuff too. At least for us, because we don't like doing that stuff. Like
Yeah.
as far as everyone in Properties of Nature, we would rather not be on social media at all. I feel like none of us really like it, but
yeah,
Yeah, I'm bad with
um
social media, so I'm with you, Dryw. I don't really not a big fan of posting stuff.
yeah. I mean, as an
yeah,
artist, you want to be working on art. Imagine that, rather than
Yeah.
working on being a self promotion genius or like a video editor. But yeah, that's how it is now. Is
that's
you
yeah.
can't just focus on music. And I think
You
that
gotta be like a
maybe
jack of all trades.
totally, yeah, yeah. That's kind of where things are going. Is kind of people are having to evolve into being digital content creators. And yeah, I think
Yeah.
there are a lot of people on a high level that are kind of saying like, "Hey, this is not a great situation for us to be in as artists. We can't put as much into the main thing that we do." So I don't know. A part of me
Yeah.
kind of thinks we can expect music to suffer a little bit for that, if not a lot. But I don't have any faith in my ability to predict the future or trends
Yeah.
in music or whatever. So you know, who knows? Maybe things will kind of reach an equilibrium where we can still put out great music and do all the
I
promotional stuff. I don't know.
yeah. I did like the post that you guys made recently where it was just a big old mail carrier full of your vinyls that you're sending
Yeah,
out. Like that was cool to see.
the vinyl has been very popular, and
Yeah.
that is very cool to see because it is difficult to sell music these days. But I think that vinyl
Yeah.
kind of occupies the sweet spot between being the music, of course, but also being a collector's item. And it can also be a really cool listening experience
Yeah.
because you can print higher quality masters to vinyl. You can use 24-bit masters. And yeah, preparing something adequately for vinyl is a little bit of an art form, and there are a lot of considerations that you have to make, particularly as a mastering engineer, um, and even sequencing the album. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah, it's a cool and
Hmm.
unique listening experience with vinyl.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
yeah, I've been pleasantly surprised to see how well that's done. I think we just sold out of our second pressing of vinyl. So
That's really
we've done
cool.
two
Shit.
pressings now. Yeah, it's been
Nice.
fantastic.
Damn. Okay. Did you have an issue with getting them pressed during that whole there was like a shortage on like
Right.
getting vinyls pressed, and what Cade told me was it was because Adele ordered like
That is also what
like
I've
a
heard.
half a
Yeah.
billion vinyls to be printed or
Right.
something.
That's exactly what I heard. That single-handedly caused a backup in vinyl, which actually
For
tells you
everyone.
that there really aren't enough people that are pressing vinyl out there. Like I think
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
we may have. I think we went with Pirates Press, which is in the Czech Republic, and
Hmm.
there are just so few pressing plants, which
So
that's a good business opportunity.
you got
If you
your
have the
vinyls
capital, for
pressed
sure.
on like the other side of the world?
I think so. I'd have to double check that, but yeah, I think we went with Pirates Press,
Dude, shit.
and I believe they're in the Czech Republic. So
Josh,
yeah,
how much you got in your piggy bank right now? We might have a business opportunity on our hands.
To
right.
start pressing vinyls?
Yeah. Just to like make the material for vinyl and then press them.
I wonder how hard it is.
You'd have to get
You
you'd
think
have
it's
to
like
get
a
a few
crazy
lathes.
fucking
You'd have to get a lot of equipment, and there's a lot of expertise that you would have to develop. Um, but yeah, it seems like somebody should jump on that opportunity. That maybe it would be a
Some
lucrative thing, but I don't know. There may be a reason that there aren't that many plants, and I think the popularity of vinyl, or rather the resurgence of the popularity of vinyl, is sort of maybe still kind of
might
a
be a
new thing.
fad.
So it
Yeah.
just could
Yeah,
be
I
that the
don't know
market
if it's
hasn't
going
caught
down
up.
or going up.
We'll
It
see.
seems like every big musician prints vinyl and people are still
Totally.
buying them though.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, vinyl's a must for us. Like the demand is definitely there. We have to press it. So, and
yeah,
I'm stoked about that. I love that. I love vinyl. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm very happy
Yeah, they're
about it.
really cool. I hope we can press Wilson business suits someday.
oh we will. I just
Someday
don't know
soon.
when. Maybe not soon, but
But
would be sick.
Yeah,
we'll see. I mean,
it's super cool. I think that one of the best things about it is that listening to vinyl creates a really intentional music listening experience. So, like so many people, including myself, kind of consume music as a background activity to whatever they're doing.
Hmm.
And you can't just set and forget with a vinyl because you have to flip the record at some point, and
Hmm.
you have to take the needle off when you're done if you don't have a fancy machine, which I think most of us don't.
yeah.
So it creates this moment where you're intentionally consuming this music, and you have this experience where you're going from the outside to the inside of the record and then flipping it, and it's a thoughtful thing. And I, I worry
Yeah.
that we have lost a little bit of that. I think we've lost a lot of that as listeners. So seeing that come back is
Yeah.
encouraging, that there are people that are really engaging with music as an art form unto itself.
Yeah, I think it's generally harder these days to be more like present and to do things thoughtfully like you were saying. Um I started trying to make like terrariums to kind of help with that, just to be more like just let myself be doing something uh carefully, I guess,
Yeah, that's really cool.
and thoughtfully.
You're
So,
totally right about that. When you put it like that, I mean, everybody is so reachable and accessible at every moment, and we're constantly bombarded with like notifications from whatever, that it really makes it hard to be mindful and intentional about things.
yeah,
So yeah, as a culture, we have to figure out a way to rediscover that.
I think so. But
Do we got any more questions?
I don't think
We just
so.
have meme questions. There's gimme that coochie, the Drewchi, and then
Okay.
there's you been smoking that dink Kush? Question mark.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh!
From time to time. I wouldn't say that I'm like a major pothead, but yeah, I definitely from time to time do enjoy the cannabis.
Dude, my job drug tests, so I can't.
Oh yeah.
We interviewed Michael Skaggs from Outlining Color,
Okay.
and he has his own like weed farm.
Yeah.
Oh really?
He says like it's like doing pretty well. Like it's his moneymaker.
Well, he said he grew
So,
it,
I
and then
believe it.
he said he was doing what was it? Solventless extraction or something. Like he was
Mm-hmm.
doing some kind of process with it to get the oils and what, I don't know the names for the stuff. I don't do drugs.
Yeah, it's a little over my head, but
I don't know much
yeah,
about it either. I don't.
Get
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah. I was just gonna say, get with Michael Skaggs, Outline and Color, get you some dank weed. I
Get
don't know
that
if he can sell
dank-
online, but
I don't think he can, and I think he
He
lives
might
on
be
the
able
other
to.
side of the country.
he might be able to
Oh,
sell
wow.
online. Get with him.
You better be careful.
Hit him up.
Yeah, that's a. I mean,
If
for
you
you,
live in a
Josh,
state
I
where
don't
it's
know
legal.
if it's ever going to be legal in Utah. I mean, until it becomes legal at the federal
know,
level.
It has
I
to be
think-
federal. It has
Yeah,
to be
we'd
on the
have to
federal
be
level. It
federal.
will not. Yeah, it's
I'm
not going to be
honestly,
legal.
I'm honestly a little
state.
optimistic about Utah just because it's growing so much in the tech sector to where we get a whole lot of non-religious people coming in
Yeah,
and kind of counteracting this like I guess the foothold that the church has politically
That
in
is
Utah.
good.
right.
But I don't know. We'll see. Like it's already medically legal here.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but
Yeah, honestly, I didn't expect it to be medically legal either in Utah, and it is.
Yeah, we
You can't grow your own plants or anything, and you can't. There's a law against burning it. It's medically legal, but you can't burn it. There's like literally a
interesting.
law here. It's like fire to plant law. Like it's literally, it has a dumb name.
Wow.
Like you, it's flame to plant. Dude, I don't know what it's called, but you have to either have it in edible form or what's it called? Like vape. You have to vape it.
yeah. I mean, like I was saying, I'm kind of optimistic. Like I even gave some edibles to my dad the other day. Like he's super Republican, conservative, and religious, and even he
Interesting. What do you
he
think?
took some from me. So
Good.
he said he really enjoyed it, and
Wow.
my mom was like laughing her ass off
That's
at
funny.
him. So
It's
Yeah,
pretty much
we'll
just
see.
like it's pretty much just the equivalent of being drunk on alcohol. It's a similar. It's not the
Yeah.
same, but it's like it's comparable.
In some ways, yeah.
In
I think
some
that
ways.
it kind of is a different subjective experience for different people. And yeah,
Some
I
people
actually
makes them really anxious.
right, yeah, and I definitely have had those moments. I didn't
Mhm.
I never actually tried it until it was legal here in California, and I was about
Mhm.
30, so I definitely had it later in life, and Yeah, there's
I think that's good.
yeah, there's I'm not like totally like, like a weed enthusiast, I guess. I
Yeah.
think it's a
Yeah.
mixed bag, and I think that for some people it can be a good thing, and I think that for some people it can really not be a good thing. And
Yeah.
I know people that have it and they go straight to existential crisis, and that it makes them very paranoid, and that's not a good thing to be. Just like not a good place to be.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
Yeah.
in
I've
moderation.
had I've had friends who like just started smoking and they're kind of new to it, and they'll like look at me puzzled when I'm just like, nah, I can't like smoke or take an edible today. I'm not in the mindset, and they're just like,
Totally.
what? But I feel like um even though I enjoy it a lot of the time, sometimes like I do get anxious and
Yeah.
am not for it that day, just like alcohol, but I kind of hate alcohol, so I don't drink it generally.
Yeah, I've never been a big
But
drinker. Um, but yeah, I don't know. At the same time, it's cannabis and music is an interesting thing. I think that at least for me, it has a way of sort of making me emotionally receptive to the music and maybe noticing
mhm.
some things that I may not otherwise notice. But yeah, it's always a tricky thing. Substances are something that you have to be very careful and responsible with. And I think that
Yeah.
that
Absolutely.
applies to all of them.
For
Yeah.
sure.
I feel like even caffeine, dude. Like people going hard on these energy drinks
Oh
at
yeah.
at these
Yeah,
warehouses. I know people who
totally.
drink like 4 a day. Like they're gonna die of heart disease in like 10 years.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
that does
remember.
frighten me. I have actually had a um I would say like a psychosis experience under the influence of caffeine once when I was
Wow.
I was working at a coffee shop and I had a drink called Red Line. Uh and you're supposed to drink half the bottle. I drank the whole thing,
Oh my
and
god.
it was incredibly unpleasant. Like I was kind of
Yeah.
panicking, but I couldn't stop laughing. This is back when I was 19, and
Yeah.
I just like my body didn't feel good. I felt sick, and like it was wild. So yeah, caffeine, and I drink 2 cups of coffee a day usually, so I'm definitely
Yeah.
dependent on caffeine. But
I'm over here
you
trying
got
to
to be
stop
careful
it.
with that too, to a point, you know.
I remember when I was working at a warehouse, it was um almost like I couldn't do my job without drinking a Bang energy drink at some point.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Cause
how
like,
most people in these warehouses are. Like most of the people I work with drink energy drinks, and they're like, Dude, how do you not?"
I've
And I'm like, "I
definitely
just
seen
don't.
that.
I don't."
Yeah, I've seen people that um like studio engineers too and producers that like
Oh
walk into the
yeah.
studio with a bang and are working really long sessions and just kind of fueled by caffeine. And yeah, I would have to look into the science on that. And I don't know what doctors say is too much. I'm not sure what the threshold is, but yeah, I've seen it get to a point with people that seems like there's no way that can be good for you. And I think like I heard a few stories. I'm sure these are really isolated incidents and aren't the norm, but like high school
Yeah.
kids that had a ton of caffeine and actually had like a heart attack. Um,
Yeah, it does
jeez.
happen. I feel like it is isolated cases, and it's like depending on a lot of
yeah,
factors.
pre-existing conditions probably.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't really know what to make of that, and I'm not really qualified to speak into that. But
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, substances, dude, be careful. But I think
You heard it first from Dryw.
right,
Yeah. Be
Substances,
care.
dude, be careful.
yeah, but with caffeine, a cup having a cup of coffee, a few cups of coffee seems to be pretty benign for the most part.
Don't knock
For
back
the
4
most
Red
part.
Bulls
Don't drink a
at
whole
at
red
one
line.
time.
Right.
Don't drink a
Yeah.
whole red line. Don't drink 2 red lines.
Don't take 4 edibles just because you weren't feeling them immediately.
If you eat edibles,
Right.
wait.
Yeah,
It'll kick in.
I
Or
think
it won't at all.
many people have had that experience. That edibles experience. I think that I definitely have seen people have that experience in the studio.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's unpleasant. And then I definitely did have that experience once, and oh boy, that's a life lesson.
Yeah. Well, I think we've been recording for about an hour now, so
Okay, that's probably good. Hey, Drewby, you got anything you wanna shout out? Any new info? Any stuff you want people to go check out?
That's a good question. Well, obviously, check out Moxy the Band, and I don't know. Yeah, say hi to me.
say hi to Drew.
DM me
Say hi to Drew.
and check out the stuff that I'm working on. I'm blessed to be working on a lot of cool projects. And recently, an artist I work with, Life Size Models, put out a cool EP, and we're working on more songs together. The new shampoo thing that I mentioned, Stablemate. These are all worthy artists that should be listened to.
Nice.
Yeah. And yeah, thank you guys for sitting here and talking with me.
We've been so excited to talk to you, actually.
Yeah, Cade and Canyon wanted to be here, but they got busy with stuff. Canyon had a whole story he told on our last podcast. His job was shitty and fucked his computer, so he has to like, speed delete everything and then edit our podcast for tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Shoot! When do
yeah.
do you drop these at like a regular interval?
Yeah, we drop them on Mondays.
So with the interviews, we're trying to do it a little different. If we're thinking about whether we want to keep doing them, but we're kind of backlogging the interviews so that if we do keep doing interviews, we can schedule them weekly on top of our regularly scheduled podcast. So
nice.
But we might not. We might stretch out the interviews.
We'll see. But we'll let you know when we're about to drop your episode.
Very cool. Yeah, let me know. Look forward to it. I may have recorded my mic a little bit hot at first, and I started backing off. So
that's okay. We can deal with that.
Yeah, if I there may have been a couple times that I clipped. Hopefully nothing is too bad. I tried to gain stage it, but I think I leaned in a little bit close.
I think people are generally forgiving when it comes to podcasts and that sort of thing. So
for sure,
I'm not too worried about it. But
right on.
All right. Well,
cool guys. Hey, great to chat with you. Good to see your faces again. It's been a long time.